Hello, fellow people, and today we'll be retaking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Kingdom Deluxe Class, predacon Scorponok. So, taking a look at the figure in robot mode, seeing as how he's packaged in, the painting and sculpting is pretty good. So, sculpting wise, he is pretty accurate to how he looked in the Beast Wars cartoon. Color wise, not that much. Like, they could have just at least made the purple parts blue. I'm not going to customize it since I'm pretty bad at it. And honestly, the purple actually doesn't look bad. And even then, it doesn't really stop me from thinking this figure is not that bad either. Anyways, so aside from that, let's move on to accessories. He comes with two of them. He comes with his Cyber Bee, and he also comes with two missile pods. Just taking them out. So, taking a look at the missile pods first, you can see how they're cast out of that same plastic that's on the chest and the rest of the figure itself, and it's painted red. What the frick? Why couldn't you at least cast it out of this same red that's used on the tail, legs, and part of the claw? It doesn't really make sense, to be honest. And you can just plug this onto his claw, like so, and you close that up, and it closes with no problem. The Cyber Bee, on the other hand, where the frick? Oh, there it is. So I actually like this accessory. You can't have Scorponok without an abeja. As you can see here, he is ridiculously tiny, and they sculpted him pretty nicely, and he is pretty realistic, and they also painted part of him, and which I actually like that. So what's the problem with him? Well, whenever you're trying to plug him in, it's gonna be a problem, since you have to position him in some way where it doesn't really hinder the way the claw closes. I've yet to actually found a way, and I'm pretty sure if I do try to find a way even more, it's gonna end up breaking the peg. So yeah. Oh, found it. Yeah, you're gonna have to position it like that, which honestly is not a good idea. And the reason for that, the claws are curved. It's supposed to be, that's because of how they're trying to be more accurate with the Kingdom figures, as in animal accuracy. Honestly, this is kind of the figure where I wish they didn't do that, because it just hinders the storage. Anyways, so yeah, I just talked about my problem, and there's another one that I have. It's the waist. So, funnily enough, when I had the figure, the waist was pretty tight, so I tried rotating it a bit, and yeah, as you can see, it does rotate now, but I was kind of scared that I broke the figure. That's all I have to say. So let's move on to posability now, shall we? As you can see, he has a ball joint at the head. He can look up that far, and he can not really look down. Sad. A full 360 at the arms. The arms can spread out that far. He has a bicep swivel. Bicep swivel. Claw swivel. Below 90 degree elbow bend, and a backwards bend. He can do a full ab crunch due to his transformation. He has a waist swivel, and he can kick that far and back that far. And I forgot to mention this, but yeah, the chest doesn't want to completely close if you position the waist like that, which is why I usually prefer doing this. And even then, it gives him that slouch. It gives him that slouching that he had in the show. Thigh swivel, over 90 degree knee bend, ankle pivot, and only the toe can rotate on this side. The same on the other side, except the entire foot can rotate at this side. So yeah, this figure's posability is pretty strange. And I forgot to mention the tail. Hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, ball joint at the tail. Yeah, pretty strange to say the least. Anyways, let's just move on to size comparisons now, shall we? Here we have him compared next to the Piggy Duo, as you can see right there. Here we have him compared next to Battle Class Shockwave, as you can see right there. And be right back. This is gonna be a pain. Here we have him compared next to the rest of the Predacons that I have. Yeah. There you go. And I'm just moving at least some of them off to the side. Here we have him compared next to Lego Knit, as you can see right there. And here we have him compared next to Reissue Cheetor. There you go. So let's just move on to transformation now, shall we? First off, what you're gonna do is untab the chest, and as well as take out the crotch piece. But seeing as how my copy is kind of defective, that's not really a problem. Then you bring the head down. You rotate the arms at the shoulder blades. Then you rotate the arms at the bicep, and then you rotate the elbows as well, if you haven't done that already. You bring out the tail, then you just rotate the legs like that. You position this leg like this, then you bring the foot like that. Then you position the other foot like this. And then you just flatten this tail section. And there you go. You're almost finished. Then you're going to have to bring this heel over here into this hole on the tail. There you go. Make sure this is completely... I'm guessing this piece is doing a problem, but no, it isn't. Okay, moving on. There you go. And now we have to do this freakery. Then you just, oh freaking, take out the scorpion head, tab that in, and fix any sort of problems with the backside. Then you just position the scorpion legs like that. Then you position the ball jointed parts of the scorpion, and you do the same steps on the other side. And here we have him in his alacran mode. And honestly, it is pretty good. The painting and sculpting is not that bad, and it is pretty accurate to how a scorpion would look like if it weren't for the kibble, the obvious kibble on the bottom. But still, that's kind of gonna happen with beast modes. It's just kind of the weaker ones. At least it's not like Black Arachnius. Anyways, so yeah. I have nothing else to say about the Scorpion mode. Let's just move on to visibility. There's only one hinge joint at the tail due to its transformation, and there's a ball joint at the end of the tail, as you can see right there. And the rotation is the same on the arms. There's a ball joint, and ball joint on all 8 legs, and you can also move them that much. Yeah, and the head can move down and up. Anyways, so yeah, that's all the visibility that this figure has. And let's just move on to size comparisons now, shall we? Here we have him compared next to the Piggy Duo, as you can see right there. Here we have him compared next to Battle Class Shockwave, which I forgot to transform. I'm not going to transform him since I'm lazy. Here we have him compared next to Spike. That's all I have to say. And be right back. Here I'm compared next to the rest of the Predacons, as you can see right there. And here I'm compared next to this water bottle. So, there you go. And as you can see, he has a bluish effect on his mouth. Spit that out. Anyways, so my overall final thoughts on this figure. So you would think I actually find this figure great, but no. He's actually just good. Or more or less pretty good. Yeah, the problems I have with the robot mode kind of limit him to just being pretty good. Yeah. Would I recommend him? Yeah. Well, seeing as how he has been redecoed into Sandstorm and the toy Scorponok from that Buzzworthy set. Yeah, I would definitely recommend him. I like his transformation. His alt mode's pretty good, and his robot mode is actually not that bad. So, this is basically it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.